Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox, and I just want to do a video on Lomachenko versus Rigondeaux. This isn't a prediction video. Basically what I want to talk about in this video is the first thing, which is I've just found out that there's a rehydration clause in the contract for this fight. That Rigondeaux, though he agreed to pretty much all of Lomachenko's terms, he did manage to get in a rehydration clause in place, where both fighters will have to have a second day weigh-in. So on the day of the fight, the morning, kind of like you do with the IBF, when you're fighting for the IBF belt, is you'll have to have a second day weigh-in, and neither fighter can come in heavier than 138 pounds on the night of the fight, which is good to hear. So neither fighter can blow up too much overnight. I suppose especially that's more for Lomachenko, as Lomachenko is the man who's more used to the weight of 130 pounds. A lot of people have been discussing the weight. How much of a difference is it going to make? Is Rigondeaux going to struggle with all the extra pounds he's going to have to put in? He's coming up 2 weight classes. He's putting on 8 pounds to hit that 130 mark, and then whatever he rehydrates at overnight. Lomachenko is not going to be an issue. That's where he fights. That's his place. That's his comfort zone at the moment. So just to ensure he didn't come in any heavier or too heavy and too big for Rigondeaux, they've managed to put a rehydration clause in place of 138 pounds max. I don't know whether the weight's going to make a difference or not. Rigondeaux, I've seen a lot of his training vids. Obviously, I've been putting up a lot of his training vids. He still looks quite quick, quite nimble. The agility seems to be there. The reflexes seem to be there. He doesn't seem to look any slower to me. But then again, that's training. That's, his training regimen we're talking about. We're not talking about fight night against when he goes up against Lomachenko. And the question is, it only makes a difference if Rigondeaux comes in and he looks sluggish, he looks slow, he looks like he's, a step off. Then it makes a difference, and then it plays in the hands of Lomachenko. If he comes in and he feels comfortable, he doesn't feel it's made any sort of difference, you don't notice any difference, then it's not really going to play much. It's not going to play much of a part or affect, how the fight's going to go, in my opinion. But again, that's for my prediction video. I'll throw that out later on. The other thing I want to talk about is there's a serious amount of lack of promotion for this fight. We never saw, obviously, since the fight's been announced, we haven't heard or seen a opening press conference like you do with majority of fights out there, big fights out there. We haven't seen Lomachenko, I haven't seen yet, unless Top Rank have uploaded it. I haven't seen it on their YouTube channel. The usual they do with Vasily Lomachenko, which is his camp life series. Every fight they do that whole camp life thing for Lomachenko. A few episodes of that, haven't seen that. Also with ESPN, haven't seen them really do anything. I haven't heard them doing anything or any sort of HBO type or Sky Sports type, those all access 24/7 behind the ropes sort of stuff, episodes. I haven't seen anything, which I'm really surprised, because I thought, these guys would have used these guys' backstory, their amateur days, to kind of talk this fight up a bit more. This fight's really been promoted in my opinion, by Rigondeaux. He's been doing all that stuff over his social media. He's been doing open day workouts on Facebook. He's been he's given a lot of access, and created his own kind of camp life with the Boxing Voice recently. Go check that out. Also the things that he's been doing on social media, putting pics up and still taunting and trash talking Lomachenko, in my opinion. And you can see it on the screen. The fans have been playing their part as well in promoting this fight, by doing things like the comic book cover that you can see on my screen right now, on the screen right now. And it makes me wonder, you've got this great backstory, and I said this before, between these two. In the last videos when there was rumours that this fight was signed deal, etc. And I was questioning it quite a bit because obviously I don't really trust Bob Arum and Top Rank Promotions, but I don't understand why they haven't done more of a backstory promotion on these guys. Why they haven't gone into their camps, etc. I don't even know. Are they going to have the whole fight week promotions? Where they have the final press conference, then they have the weigh-in, the face-offs. We haven't even seen a face-off. How weird is that? When you got two top names in the sport like Lomachenko and Rigondeaux, we haven't even seen a face-off yet. I think that's really strange. I don't know what's the reason behind that. I can only put it down again. Like I said, like I told you, I don't trust Bob Arum. I don't. Particularly, I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not going to lie. Bob Arum, for years has been trying to force and push Rigondeaux out of the boxing scene. Ever since he beat his last golden boy in Nonito Donaire, like I said, Nonito Donaire, they were trying to. He was supposed to be like the next Pacquiao at that time. They were trying to build him like to be one of the pound for pound stars, if not the pound for pound star. And along came Rigondeaux, and he changed all of that. He ruined that for him. And right after that, before that fight, HBO, Jim Lampley, all these guys were all loving Rigondeaux, saying how great he was. And then after that fight, they changed their tune. They started to downplay him. Started to say, oh, he's overrated. So it makes me wonder, why there hasn't, maybe, they don't want to give him that kind of exposure. They feel, well, with Lomachenko, you probably don't already, you don't need to. They think, well, we've got Lomachenko, people know who he is. He's a rising star. He's a popular name. And we've already been pushing him, in terms of his popularity enough. We don't want to give that to Rigondeaux. So let's not promote the fight. But Rigondeaux, he's just thought, well, I'm not going to wait on you guys. I'm going to do it myself. And that's exactly what he's been doing over social media. The Boxing Boys camp lives, the open day media workouts on Facebook that he's been doing live. I think it's brilliant what he's doing. And then obviously the trash talking. The fans are getting in with things like, the comic book cover that you can see right now. You saw the video at the beginning of this video of Lomachenko and turning it into making it look like a video game. So I can't understand why there's a lack of promotion for this fight. Those are the only reasons I can think that this fight hasn't been pushed or driven as much as it should have in terms of from a promotional point of view and a commercial point of view. But I think obviously I can't wait for it to happen. It's going to be a great fight. You're going to have two great, arguably the two best or greatest amateur fighters of all time stepping into the ring with each other at a professional level. So I really look forward to it. I'm going to do a prediction video on this one. So look out for that in the coming weeks. But let me know what you think. Why do you think there's been such a lack of promotion for these two guys? It's a great fight. Don't understand it myself. And let me know also what you think about the rehydration clause as well, guys. All right. Well, that's all I've got for you on this one. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.